Imagine facing a narcissist manipulative, self-centered, and relentless in their pursuit of control. Now, what if I told you there's someone even more dangerous lurking in the shadows? Someone who not only supports the narcissist's toxic behavior, but also enables their worst traits to thrive. In today's video, we're diving deep into the world of enablers and uncovering why these silent supporters can be even more perilous than the narcissists themselves. Stay tuned as we expose the true power behind the narcissist's reign of terror. Before diving into the ocean of knowledge, let me make it clear that I won't insist you to subscribe. If you enjoy the video, you will subscribe on your own. However, I do insist that you watch the video until the end and leave your review in the comment section. Now, let's get started. Number 1. The hidden puppet master. Enablers often operate in the background, subtly manipulating situations to ensure the narcissist remains in control. While the narcissist is the obvious antagonist, with their grandiose behavior and overt manipulation, it's the enabler who quietly reinforces and magnifies their power. These individuals might seem harmless or even supportive on the surface, but they are the hidden puppet masters who work behind the scenes, pulling the strings to keep the narcissist's facade intact. Enablers feed into the narcissist's delusions of grandeur, providing them with the validation and encouragement they crave. They may defend the narcissist's actions, downplay their abusive behavior, and even manipulate others to see the narcissist in a more favorable light. By doing so, enablers allow the narcissist to maintain their control and dominance, often making the narcissist appear stronger and more untouchable than they actually are. This behind-the-scenes influence is what makes enablers so dangerous. They perpetuate the cycle of abuse and control by ensuring the narcissist never has to face the consequences of their actions. While the narcissist may be the face of the toxic behavior, it's the enabler who ensures that this behavior is sustained and protected, making them the true puppet master in the relationship dynamic. Their covert support is what often keeps victims trapped, unable to break free from the narcissist's grip, as they unknowingly play into the enabler's hands. Number 2. The silent accomplice. Enablers are the silent accomplices who work alongside narcissists, helping to facilitate and amplify their harmful behaviors without ever drawing attention to themselves. Unlike the narcissist, who thrives on being the center of attention, the enabler operates quietly, often blending into the background while playing a crucial role in sustaining the narcissist's power. Their support may not be overt or obvious, but it is deeply influential, often making the enabler more dangerous than the narcissist. These enablers are skilled at subtly supporting the narcissist's manipulations, whether by excusing their behavior, minimizing the harm they cause, or even manipulating others into seeing the narcissist in a more sympathetic light. For instance, when a narcissist engages in hurtful or abusive behavior, the enabler might justify it by saying, "They didn't mean it that way," or "They're just under a lot of stress." These justifications allow the narcissist to continue their behavior without facing the consequences, reinforcing the toxic dynamic. What makes enablers so perilous is their ability to perpetuate the narcissist's abuse while maintaining an appearance of innocence. They often present themselves as peacemakers or neutral parties, which allows them to manipulate situations without being suspected of any wrongdoing. This false neutrality can be incredibly damaging to victims, as it creates a sense of isolation and confusion. Victims may feel that they have no one to turn to because the enabler, who might be someone they trust, is actively downplaying or dismissing the abuse they are experiencing. Furthermore, the enabler's silent support emboldens the narcissist, making them feel invincible. Knowing that they have someone in their corner who will defend and rationalize their actions allows the narcissist to push boundaries even further. The enabler's complicity not only shields the narcissist from accountability, but also indirectly encourages them to continue and even escalate their abusive behavior. In this way, the enabler becomes a key player in the cycle of abuse, silently but powerfully reinforcing the narcissist's destructive actions and making it much harder for victims to break free from their grasp. Number 3. Gaslighting on steroids. Gaslighting is a powerful psychological manipulation tool used by narcissists to make their victims question their reality, memory, and perceptions. However, when an enabler enters the equation, this form of manipulation is taken to an entirely new, more dangerous level, essentially becoming gaslighting on steroids. Enablers, by their very nature, amplify the confusion and self-doubt, that the narcissist works so hard to instill in their victims, making it even more difficult for them to see the truth or break free from the narcissist's control. When a victim starts to question the narcissist's behavior, the enabler steps in to reinforce the narcissist's distorted reality. They might say things like, "You're overreacting, it's not as bad as you think," or "You must have misunderstood." This constant undermining of the victim's experiences adds another layer of doubt, making the victim feel even more uncertain about their own perceptions. The enabler essentially collaborates with the narcissist in rewriting the victim's reality, creating a united front that leaves the victim feeling isolated, confused, and powerless. The enabler's role in this enhanced form of gaslighting is particularly insidious because they often present themselves as a reasonable and trustworthy figure. Victims are more likely to doubt their own feelings and thoughts when someone they consider a friend, family member, or respected colleague is reinforcing the narcissist's version of events. This manipulation leads the victim to second-guess themselves at every turn, making it nearly impossible for them to recognize the abuse or take action against it. Moreover, this double-team approach to gaslighting can have devastating effects on the victim's mental health. The constant invalidation and distortion of reality can lead to anxiety, depression, and a deep sense of helplessness. The victim may feel trapped in a world where the truth is always just out of reach, manipulated by not just one person but a coalition that seems intent on keeping them in a state of confusion and vulnerability. In essence, when an enabler gets involved, gaslighting becomes a far more potent and destructive weapon. The victim is not just fighting against the narcissist's lies, but also against the seemingly supportive enabler who backs up those lies, making it infinitely harder to break free from the web of deceit. This combined assault on the victim's sense of reality leaves them with little room to find clarity or escape, ensuring the narcissist's control remains unchallenged. Number 4. The unseen shield. Enablers act as the unseen shield that protects narcissists from facing the repercussions of their toxic behavior. While the narcissist may be the one directly inflicting harm, it is the enabler who quietly ensures that the narcissist remains insulated from accountability, often going to great lengths to cover up or excuse their actions. This protective role allows the narcissist to continue their manipulative and abusive patterns without fear of exposure or consequences, making the enabler a crucial part of the narcissist's survival strategy. One of the primary ways enablers serve as a shield is by deflecting attention away from the narcissist's wrongdoing. They might intervene in situations where the narcissist's behavior is questioned, offering plausible excuses or shifting the blame onto others. For instance, if someone confronts the narcissist about their hurtful actions, the enabler might step in and say, "They didn't mean it that way," or "You're just being too sensitive." By doing this, the enabler redirects the focus away from the narcissist and onto the victim or another party, effectively shielding the narcissist from criticism. Enablers also play a significant role in managing the public perception of the narcissist. They work behind the scenes to ensure that the narcissist's image remains untarnished, often downplaying incidents of abuse or manipulation to others. In social or professional settings, they might go out of their way to present the narcissist as charming, misunderstood, or even as a victim themselves. This manipulation of perception creates a protective barrier around the narcissist, making it difficult for outsiders to see the truth and for victims to find support. What makes the enabler's role as a shield so dangerous is that it often leaves the victim isolated and unsupported. When a victim tries to seek help or validation, they are met with a wall of denial and justification from the enabler. This can lead to a deep sense of frustration and helplessness, as the victim feels like they are constantly hitting a brick wall when trying to expose the narcissist's true nature. The enabler's protective actions not only allow the narcissist to continue their harmful behavior, but also prevent the victim from getting the help they need. In essence, the enabler's shielding actions create a safe space for the narcissist to operate with impunity. They ensure that the narcissist is protected from the consequences of their actions, reinforcing the narcissist's belief that they are invincible and above reproach. This protection allows the cycle of abuse to continue unchecked, with the enabler quietly but effectively maintaining the narcissist's power and control from the shadows. Number 5. The dangerous double standard. In relationships involving a narcissist and an enabler, a dangerous double standard often emerges, where the rules and expectations applied to the narcissist differ vastly from those imposed on the victim. This double standard is not just a minor inconsistency, it is a deliberate and strategic manipulation by the enabler to keep the narcissist in a position of power and control. By creating different sets of rules for the narcissist and the victim, the enabler ensures that the narcissist's behavior is constantly excused and justified, while the victim is unfairly scrutinized and held to an impossible standard. At the heart of this double standard is the consistent excuse-making for the narcissist's actions. The enabler often rationalizes the narcissist's abusive behavior, dismissing it as a result of stress, a difficult upbringing, or a misunderstood personality. Statements like "they didn't mean it" or "they're just having a bad day" are commonly used to deflect any criticism away from the narcissist. These justifications are designed to protect the narcissist from accountability, allowing them to continue their harmful behavior without facing consequences. In stark contrast, when the victim reacts to the abuse, whether by expressing hurt, setting boundaries, or even showing anger, the enabler is quick to criticize them. The victim's emotions and responses are often labeled as overreactions, making them feel like they are the problem. This double standard extends beyond emotional responses and into actions as well. For instance, if the narcissist acts selfishly or unkindly, the enabler might frame it as them being assertive or independent. Meanwhile, if the victim tries to assert their own needs or stand up for themselves, they are accused of being difficult, demanding, or ungrateful. The enabler's selective judgment serves to reinforce the narcissist's sense of entitlement while simultaneously undermining the victim's confidence and self-worth. The victim is caught in a no-win situation where any attempt to assert themselves is met with condemnation, while the narcissist's behavior is consistently excused. The dangerous double standard also plays a significant role in isolating the victim. As the enabler consistently sides with the narcissist and downplays the victim's concerns, the victim may start to feel increasingly alone and unsupported. When the victim's reality is constantly invalidated, they may begin to question their own perceptions and feelings, leading to self-doubt and confusion. This isolation is exacerbated by the fact that others in the social or family circle may also buy into the enabler's narrative, viewing the victim as the unreasonable one. This leaves the victim with fewer allies and resources, making it even more challenging for them to seek help or escape the toxic situation. Moreover, the double standard creates a distorted reality where the narcissist's needs and feelings are always prioritized, while the victims are consistently minimized or dismissed. This imbalance not only perpetuates the cycle of abuse, but also deeply damages the victim's sense of self. Over time, the victim may start to believe that they truly are the problem, internalizing the enabler's criticisms and feeling that they are never good enough. This psychological manipulation is a powerful tool that keeps the victim trapped in the abusive relationship, unable to see a way out or to recognize the extent of the injustice they are enduring. In essence, the dangerous double standard maintained by the enabler serves to protect the narcissist and uphold their dominance, while simultaneously disempowering and silencing the victim. It creates a lopsided dynamic where the narcissist is free to act without consequence, while the victim is held to an unrealistic and unfair standard. This manipulation not only sustains the abusive behavior, but also deepens the victim's sense of isolation and helplessness, making it incredibly difficult for them to break free from the toxic relationship. The enabler's role in enforcing this double standard is crucial to the narcissist's ability to maintain control, making the enabler a key player in the perpetuation of the abuse. As we've uncovered, enablers are the unseen forces that keep the narcissist's world spinning, ensuring their control remains unchallenged. While the narcissist's behavior may be overt, it's the enabler's subtle manipulation that truly makes them more dangerous. Understanding the role of enablers is crucial, not just for recognizing the dynamics of abuse, but for breaking free from it. Remember, escaping the toxic grip of a narcissist involves not only seeing through their facade, but also recognizing those who silently empower them. Stay vigilant, protect your reality, and never let anyone gaslight you into questioning your worth. If you found this discussion helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on navigating and overcoming toxic relationships. Your journey to empowerment starts with awareness.